This is our finger weaving section of the village. Now when these ladies do their weavings, what they're working with today is modern yarn. Now before the introduction of these materials, we would have used the inner fiber of the Indian hemp plant, also the twisted fibers of the mulberry root bark. Now when they do their weavings, they can work with 10 to up to 200 strands of yarn. The colors you would have seen would have been gotten from roots and barks that we would have found in the area, and I'll explain more about the coloring process when we get to our basket section. Now when these ladies do their bead work, they do two different types. Out here on this bench in front of you is the first example, and this is scroll work. Now this would have been down the side of the men's pants and also along the border of the women's skirts. The second one here is solid. Now this was used for headbands, belts. Now when they do this work, they pick up one bead at a time and they sew it right next to the other. Now that allows the thread to pass through each bead twice. Now if that were to break, it would be easily mended because a few beads would be lost. Now once they finished on the end, they would sew leather ties. Alright, these could have been used for trade also to get any kind of material that you would want. Now back here you see today they're working with the stainless steel needles and the flax thread. Now before these modern materials, this is where we would have got our needle from. The straight bone from a deer's leg just above the hoof. You shatter that bone and you could whittle that down into the needle you see. Alright, the Indian hemp plant was also used for the string. Teeth, bones, and claws of the animals that were killed. Also the seashells that were traded from the coastal tribes. Now when these ladies make their pottery, they use native clay, which is found along the river banks in this area just under the topsoil. They use two different methods when they make their pottery. First would be the ball method, which you see here. That was used to make the smaller pieces of pottery that you would see. What they'll do is they'll start off with a small ball of clay using their thumb and forefinger, and they'll work it out to the desired shape that they want. The second method would have been the coil method. Now this was used for making your larger pottery that you could see. Alright, what they'll do is they'll start with a small flat disc here, well not small, about average size. Take your coils, stack them one on top of the other. Once you have that done, you can smooth this out by hand. Once you have that, you'd sit it out in the sun until it became firm enough to work with. Now we take a metal tool, go along the inside to get the desired thickness that we wanted. Now before the metal tools, we would have used a seashell. Now once you wanted to put your designs on your pottery, you could use a wooden paddle with the designs already carved into it, and you would press that along your pottery to get your design. We would also carve into a deer's antler also. Use the seashell once again for the natural grooves that it has in it, sharpened stick, or a carved out wooden knot fossil of our pottery. Do you have any questions here? They do their carvings, they work with hard and soft grain woods, also the carving stone that you see laid out here in front of you. They also carve the handles for the baskets, and these would have been carved out of hickory. Now these masks would have been carved out of soft wood such as buckeye and poplar, and the mask will be explained more to you once you get to the square grain. Now to give rhythm to our Cherokee dances, we had rattle. We made this one out of gourd, and we carved this one out of white pine. Cooking utensils you see here would have been copied from the settlers once they came through the area, and these would have been carved from hardwood such as this. Gardening tool you see here. Now this head here consisted of flint that was tied onto a crooked stick of rubber didn't. There's another example of that. Now when settlers came through, we traded for metal tools. This was the type of head that our hoses had on it. Tobacco that was very harsh and you wouldn't want to inhale it because it would make you sick. And the Cherokees never smoked for recreation, we only smoked for ceremonial purposes. We believed that the smoke would carry our prayers up to the Creator. The seven-sided pipe here you see. Now each clan had a designated side in which they would bring their pipes inserted in that designated side, and only the members from that clan would be able to smoke from that side. Here's another one. Now this would have been stone, serve as a counterweight, and the flint would have been interchangeable depending on what size hole you would have needed at the time. Alright, you have any questions here? The introduction of metal tools, this is what a basket would look like. Now this is hickory bark, and we would have used a flint knife to make it. Two examples of the baskets we're making here today. On this side is your white oak, and over here you have your river table. So what you do, when you got your materials, you cut your saplings down from your white oak, bring it to the village, cut it, quarter it, and working with the grain here, what they'll do is they'll scrape each side until it becomes flexible enough to work. Same principle here with the river cane, except this has a natural shiny finish on the outside, so it only scrapes the inside. Right there. Alright, now to get our colors and our materials, what you do is you boil your materials with some of these roots and bark found in the area. Orange would come from bloodroot, yellow from yellow root, brown from walnut bark, and the black would come from butternut bark. Two types of baskets that they're making here. Now this is a white oak basket. This is a single weave. You start at the bottom and you weave up to the sides until you got to where you want to finish your basket.
How long does it take for a basket that size?
Well, you got to think from start to finish, you have to get your materials, bring it, and get your splits out of it, dye it, and then after that process, you can take a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and then it take a week or so to make the basket, depending on the size and what kind of basket you're making. Now this is a double weave, and it's made out of river cane. Now this one, you'll start on the inside here, you weave up to the top, back down the outside, and you'll finish on the bottom. Woven tight enough, you can line this with beeswax and carry water. River stone, now strike it against that flint. That'll give them a smaller shard of flint to work with. Now as you see back here, you get a smaller river stone, chipping around the edges until you've got your general size and shape of the arrowhead that you want. Two types of arrowheads that we made. This was the round shoulder, and that was used for hunting. And that was tied on with the Indian hemp plant. That was shot into the animal, retracted, cleaned, and reused. This one is the high shoulder, and it was used for warfare. Now that was tied on with animal sinew. Now once that was shot into the body, the sinew would react with the warm blood, causing the arrowhead to become loose. Now they had 3 ways they could deal with that. They could cut it out, leave it in, or push it all the way through. That was totally up to the person carrying the arrowhead at that time. The shaft made from mountain cane, which is similar to the river cane you see is cane here, but it grew in the higher elevations and much smaller. And the fletchings there you see on the end, they were taken from the feathers of the wild turkey. Now this river cane here, used for making baskets. We also made blowguns out of it. Now, what we do is we go to the river, put this river cane down, bring it to the village, store it to dry like you see back there. Now once it dried, it becomes crooked. Now to straighten that out, we build us a fire, hold this cane over the fire until the fibers inside become flexible enough that we could bend it across our knee. That's how we would straighten it out. Now once we had it straightened out, take a metal tool like you see here, knock these joints out. Once they were out, we take this file, which is actually supposed to be attached here. We'd run that through there and that'd smooth it out. Now before the introduction of the metal tools, this is what we would have used. Now once that ground was out, what we do is we pinch that out, hold it between our thumb and forefinger, piece of string tied to the end here, hold one piece of it between our teeth, and with a rolling motion, that string would have tied that down on to tail our dart.
Well, what kind of thing was it used for the other head?
Flint.
Flint.
Yeah, see right there, if you didn't know what you were looking for, you'd walk right on.
Yeah.
You could only We also use this as a city around here. If we think of that area, we think of a wild. Now this person is more sharper than all mine.
they were waterproof. So.
All right, now, Clint.
Ooh, got a bear.
Are you enjoying your visit today?
Yes, yes.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Can I interest you in trading anything? Take a look at closer or any questions about anything. I know exactly what you need. I know exactly what you need. I hate to tell you this, but you've been cheated. Someone didn't finish your shoes. So maybe you'd like to trade for some of these moccasins.
I'd love to. It's cold here.
Says, yes, because somebody obviously cheated you when you made that trade. It was a bad trade. Always make sure they finish.
Yeah, I know. Missing some too. Yeah, I'd like to have that gun.
The gun, well, to get the gun's a bit more expensive. I would need as many of these deer skins as you could laid flat on the ground, just stacked right up to the height of the rifle. So I need you to hunt about 30 or 40 deer.
That's what, really?
Yes, absolutely.
That's
the trade value of it. Well, it's even worse. There were some traders who wanted to cheat the Cherokee. You know, we can sell furs back at the colonies to get money. So there were some traders who would want all that money, but they knew, you know, if they needed to buy a rifle, they didn't want to spend all of it, just do that again. So they'd find cheaply made rifles made with very poor materials, shoot once or twice. By the time the Cherokee had realized they had been cheated, that trader was gone. Obviously, the Cherokee got a bit tired of this, so they, you know, they decided to fight back a little. They started taking their furs, cutting pockets on the underside of them and filling them with dirt or other materials, so that each fur was just a little bit thicker, you know. So instead of, yeah, so they were essentially giving them half the furs for about half the product.